Most of you probably know or seen the news about my wife. I'm not sure if you guys seen, but she's okay. She's good. She's strong.
Yeah, I was extremely nervous, you know, because that's a serious commitment when you say you're gonna love someone for better, for worse, and like be faithful. That's a huge, am I able to do that? And so I think that was really what I was battling with.
A mystery no more. Justin Bieber has finally spoken on Hailey Bieber's brain disease. Hailey Bieber, an American supermodel, was recently brought to the hospital when a medical emergency hampered her mobility. Justin and Hailey Baldwin Bieber were overjoyed when the supermodel was ultimately released from the hospital a few days later. But specifics of the incident remained hazy because the Biebers chose to go through the ordeal in private. That is until Justin Bieber spoke up to his fans about his wife Hailey Bieber's most recent health scare a few days ago. So, what exactly happened to Hailey, and is this brain disease a serious concern for her health long term? Let's find out in this video. After weeks in silence, Justin Bieber broke the silence and shared news about his wife's health condition publicly. The Peaches singer addressed with fans how his wife is doing since she suffered stroke-like symptoms from a small blood clot in her brain last Thursday during a Justice tour stop in Denver on Wednesday night. Most of you probably know or have seen this news about my wife, he said during the concert. But she's okay, she's good, she's strong. You know, it's kinda crazy how life randomly throws you curveballs, the singer said in a video of his speech, which he shared on Instagram. We can't really control much, but it's been scary, you know? It's been really scary, he continued. But I know for a fact that God has her in the palm of his hands, and that's a good thing. Hailey Bieber was admitted to the hospital with a brain disease that doctors suspected was caused by COVID-19. According to TMZ, the model, aged 25, was hospitalized to a Palm Springs hospital a few weeks ago following a medical issue that apparently impacted her movement. Her symptoms were said to be more akin to those of an elderly person rather than a runway model in her mid-20s. Doctors reportedly ran various tests to see if the coronavirus was to blame, as her husband, 28-year-old pop star Justin Bieber, was recently diagnosed with COVID. Because of Justin's COVID-19 case, a lot of people are wondering if Hailey's health emergency was due to it as well. It hasn't been reported whether Hailey tested positive for COVID-19 too, or what exactly may have contributed to her blood clot. The ordeal shocked the pair, particularly Justin, who is probably more traumatized than even she is, a source close to the singer tells People. When it happened, there was a lot of panic. Justin texted everyone he knew and asked everyone to pray for her, and he never left her side. He was saying that he can't lose her, that whatever it takes, he wanted the best medical treatment available, the source says. He would have done anything to help her. It was a moment for them both to be reminded about mortality and focusing on what really matters, the source adds. He realizes and is telling people around him how much Hailey is his rock and how she saved him from a dark time, and that he needs to appreciate her every day. He's gonna keep an eye on her and help her however he can, and he has everyone around him praying for continued good health. It shook him up. Hailey later stated that she had a very little blood clot in her brain on her Instagram stories. The wife of Justin Bieber, a Canadian musician, also revealed that she experienced stroke-like symptoms while eating breakfast, but that she recovered entirely and was doing great. Despite the fact that Hailey's blood clot formed in her brain, physicians warn it can form in any place of the body. A blood clot is a clump of blood that grows from its liquid state into a gel-like or semi-solid structure. A stroke is what happens when a blood clot forms inside the brain. In this situation, the brain's oxygen supply is compromised, resulting in hypoxia. Hypoxia can cause symptoms such as headaches, coughing, confusion, rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, and even death in some people. When the brain does not receive a consistent supply of oxygen from the bloodstream, the brain tissues die, resulting in severe symptoms. When a blood clot forms in the brain, a person may become paralyzed and have difficulty speaking, as well as experience disorientation and confusion. Patients are also said to have unexpected behavioral changes, loss of balance, and eyesight issues. Blood clots in other essential body regions such as the lungs, heart, legs, arm, and belly can represent a health danger in addition to the brain. If a person has any of the above-mentioned symptoms, doctors recommend seeking medical care. A medical examination of the patient can be used to diagnose a brain stroke, which is usually followed by monitoring the cardiac rate and measuring blood pressure. In addition, hand-eye coordination is tested to confirm that the brain is operating properly. Hailey shared her own account of the incident via social media. On Thursday morning, I was sitting at breakfast with my husband when I started having stroke-like symptoms and was taken to the hospital. Bieber posted in a statement on her Instagram story. They found I had suffered a very small blood clot to my brain, which caused a small lack of oxygen. But my body had passed on its own and I recovered completely within a few hours, she continued. Although this was definitely one of the scariest moments I've ever been through, I'm home now and doing well, and I'm so grateful and thankful to all the amazing doctors and nurses who took care of me, Bieber added. Thank you to everyone who has reached out with well wishes and concern, and for all the support and love. Hailey has previously spoken out about her health issues, including her mental health and her husband's health. She talked about how Justin Bieber's battle with Lyme illness damaged their marriage in Elle's March 2020 issue. He was really sick. He has Lyme disease and he was dealing with a bunch of medical stuff. We didn't have a diagnosis, she said. And it was hard because everybody from the outside was being super mean and judgmental, saying he looked like he was on drugs, saying how unhealthy he looked, when in truth he was not healthy and we didn't know why. Johns Hopkins describes Lyme disease as a multi-system bacterial infection caused by the spirochete, Borrelia burgdorferi, which is transmitted to humans primarily through the bite of infected deer tick. The singer revealed his diagnosis in January 2020. Hailey's health scare comes after Justin Bieber, Hailey's husband, was diagnosed with the coronavirus last month. Since then, Justin, age 28, has recovered from COVID-19. Justin developed COVID-19 in February, according to People, and had to postpone several concert dates on his Justice World Tour as a result. The artist was also forced to postpone his gig in Las Vegas, which was later rescheduled for June 28th. Due to positive COVID results within the Justice Tour family, we will unfortunately have to postpone Sunday's night show in Las Vegas, a statement posted to Twitter read. Justin is of course hugely disappointed, but the health and safety of his crew and fans is always his #1 priority. The COVID-19 outbreak had already forced Justin to postpone his Justice World Tour. The trip was supposed to start in March 2020, however it was postponed due to the shutdown. On February 18th, over 2 years later, he began his tour with his first show in San Diego. Hailey expressed love and gratitude at her husband's 20th birthday with a sweet Instagram post earlier in February. She posted many images of herself and Justin, including one of the couple posing outside together, a black and white photo booth session, a lovely photo on a boat, and a throwback photo from the singer's childhood. Hailey captioned her post, "Happy birthday, my baby. There are a lot of amazing and beautiful things about this life, but the most beautiful part is that I get to live it with you. I love you, here's to 28. For more than 3 years, the couple has been married. The musician and the model got engaged in July 2018 and married in September 2018 in a New York City courthouse. They conducted a larger ceremony with friends and family in South Carolina a year later. In an interview with GQ, Bieber previously discussed the hardships he and his wife had during their first year of marriage, saying, "The first year of marriage was really tough," adding, "Because there was a lot, going back to the trauma stuff. There was just a lack of trust. There were all these things that you don't want to admit to the person that you're with because it's scary. You don't want to scare them off by saying, 'I'm scared.'" Since then, the couple's relationship has grown. "We're just creating these moments for us as a couple, as a family, that we're building these memories," he said. "And it's beautiful that we have that to look forward to." The baby singer also admitted that his wife has helped him become a better person. So, what are your thoughts regarding Hailey's brain disease and the effect it is having on her husband? Do share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching right until the end, and have a great day.